So now we will understand the difference between the series and the data frame in pandas. So guys, what is a series in pandas? Basically, a pandas series is like a column in a table. So this is nothing but a one-dimensional array holding data of any type over here. So let us understand this with the help of examples in VS Code in this case. So let me just create a new file over here. We will say series and data frame over here. So we have this new file series and data frame.py. So first of all, we are going to provide the import statement. So import pandas as pd this time, and then let us take the array over here. It is going to be a simple list. So let us provide the numbers inside this list, that is 11, 12, 13 and 14 over here. So we have 4 elements inside the list. So guys, can we create a data frame out of this particular list using the pandas library? Yes, we can create a series out of it since this is a one-dimensional array. So how we can do that? Basically, we have the series variable on the left hand side. It is equal to pd followed by dot, and then we have something called as series class over here. So this is the class series. It is a one-dimensional ND array with access labels. So guys, why ND array? Basically, behind the scenes, pandas is built on top of NumPy. So if you are not aware about NumPy library, you can watch the playlist of the NumPy tutorial that I have created already. The link I have given in the description section below. So guys, basically you can learn NumPy as well before learning the pandas, but it is not a prerequisite that you should be. It will be helpful for you in order to understand pandas very quickly if you have already understood NumPy. So guys, this series is going to help us in order to create a one-dimensional column by using the pandas library. So this series is going to take one parameter over here. Simply we are going to provide the data, that is array in this case, which we have already defined, and then what we will do is simply we will provide the print statement, and then we will have the series variable over here. Let me just save this file now and try running this code on the terminal. So as you can see, we have got one column over here which is also called as series in this case. So guys, basically this is the pandas series which is having just one column over here as the data. It is not a tabular format, but it is a one-dimensional column that we can use in order to analyze our data using the pandas library. Now guys, apart from this, as you can see, once again the indices are named based on the numbers starting from 0 and then going to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So what we can do is, after this data, that is array variable, we can provide comma within the series class, and then we can provide the index parameter over here, and then guys we can simply provide the labels for these indices as well. So let us provide the alphabets, that is A, B, C and D. So basically we are providing all these labels within a list, that is open and close square brackets, as you can see. So guys, basically since we have 4 rows over here, we have provided the 4 labels for these indices by using the index parameter. So let me just save this file now. This time, instead of having the indices, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, we should be getting the alphabets, that is A, B, C, D. And based on your project requirements, you can name these indices accordingly, and you can also have the other numbers or the text string as well. So this is the change that we have done over here within this particular series by using the pandas library over here. So guys, this is as far as the series within a pandas library is concerned. Basically it is a simple one-dimensional column that can be represented. Now guys, most of the times you will be dealing with a data frame when you are going to work with the pandas. So data sets in pandas are usually multi-dimensional tables that will have multiple columns and the multiple rows instead of just having the single column over here. So these are called as data frames which have multiple rows and multiple columns, which we call them as multi-dimensional tables. Now guys, series is like a column and a data frame is the whole table. So let us understand this with the help of example over here. So simply I'm going to comment out these lines of code over here, including the array as well. So in this case we are going to provide series example as the comment. Now guys, after this we are going to provide the data frame example as well as the comment over here, and simply we are going to define our data set as the Python dictionary over here, which is going to have the key value pairs. So let us simply have the key as the name over here, and simply we are going to have the list of values for this name key. So let us have the names, that is John, and then we have Peter, and then we have Smith over here, and then let us say we have another name, that is Ronaldo in this case within the single or the double quotes, and then we have Messi as well. So guys, over here we have 5 names in this case. Let me just provide the capital letter at the start of the name over here for each name that we have provided. So we have 5 names over here, and then accordingly let us also provide their age as well. So we have another key, that is age. It is equal to, this time we have to provide the integers. So we have 21, let's say 22, and then 20, and then let's say we have 35, and then we have 32 over here as the age of all these names that we have provided. Apart from this, let us also provide another key, that is gender over here. Simply these are the columns that we are defining, that is name, age, gender, and so on. Basically whatever keys that you provide inside this dictionary will be defined as the column within that particular data frame. So let us provide the gender. So basically all are males over here. So let me just copy this male gender over here for all the names. So guys, this is the gender that we have defined. Now simply we are going to create a data frame out of this data set. So PD followed by dot, and then we have the data frame class over here, and then simply we are going to provide the data, that is data set this time, and then we are going to assign this data frame to a variable, that is df over here. So this is going to contain this particular data frame or the multi-dimensional table that we have already seen over here, and then simply we are going to print this particular data frame in this case on the console. So this is the way that we can read a specific data set, that is a dictionary over here, within the data frame of the pandas library, and then we can print it. So let me just save this file now and try running this code on the terminal. So as you can see, we have 3 columns over here that we had defined. We have name, and then followed by age, and then followed by gender over here, and then we have all the names in one column, and then we have the age in the second column and the gender in the third column over here. So guys, once again we are having the indices which will help us in order to recognize the different rows within this particular multi-dimensional table. And guys, this is the most common type of data that you are going to deal with, that is a multi-dimensional table, when you are going to work with the pandas library over here. So guys, this is the difference between the data frame and the series over here, whereas a series is simply a single column. As you can see within this data frame, a gender simply can be called a series over here, whereas when we combine all the different series, that is gender, age and name, then it becomes a data frame for the pandas to work with. So please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. I'll see you in the next video, in which we are going to understand how we can display the rows and columns in the pandas data frame. So stay tuned.